Really good lad, and smashing horse as well. Half ran off with me 2 years ago around the Sand Gallop. Loves his work, and he took our eye in the paddock. And going down to the start, well, did exactly the same thing for Simon as well. You heard how much money there was for Hardy Eustace, best part of £2 million, not for Hardy Eustace, rather for Detroit City, best part of £2 million for him. And also lots for Hardy Eustace as well. Negative, quite surprisingly, Brave Inca. And on the exchange is pretty much the same, except there's a little bit of money for Ictataf.
Starter getting very strict with them here. Little turn. And they're away to a clean start for the Smurfit Kappa champion hurdle of 2007. Towards the first, Hardy Eustace, the dual champion on the right, landed just in front of the white-faced mare Asian Maze in second place. In third then is Brave Inca, last year's winner. The grey Detroit City is fourth, just towards the near side of Straw Bear. White sleeves of Afsoun, Ictataf, red head-geared Marble Garden further back, and Kawajino and Sublimity are the last two as they make the long run towards flight number 2. Hardy Eustace from Brave Inca, Asian Maze on the near side, Straw Bear close up in fourth, Detroit City on the left there under Richard Johnson in the yellow jacket as they go towards the second flight. Hardy Eustace, a very clean jump from Brave Inca, and Detroit City's just not travelling at the moment. Richard Johnson, he's notoriously idle. He just had to get to work for a few strides there. He can be like this, but he's certainly not grabbing hold of the bridle as you'd like to see at this early stage, very early stage of the race. Hardy Eustace from Brave Inca, Asian Maze probably just third wide of then Ictataf towards the inside, Straw Bear, Detroit City wide of Afsoun, Kawajino, out very deep is Marble Garden, and finally Sublimity as they now enter the back straight. And Hardy Eustace, it just looks a medium pace as they go towards the next. Flight number 3, Hardy Eustace on the near side of Brave Inca, Asian Maze rather shielded on the far side. Detroit City is pushed up to dispute third or fourth on the outside. Hardy Eustace just had to reach for that. Straw Bear's in behind them. Detroit City has picked up on the far side, almost disputing the lead now. And there further back is Straw Bear from Kawajino, Afsoun, Sublimity, and Marble Garden already feeling the pinch. Detroit City having gone off the 6-4 favourite. I doubt he's 6-4 in running as they go towards the next. Hardy Eustace from Brave Inca. Detroit City's pushed up again on the outside, jumping this flight. Followed by Ictataf and Straw Bear. Then Asian Maze. Behind these then races Kawajino from Afsoun, then Sublimity in the noseband, and Marble Garden at the tail. Racing up the hill, Conor O'Dwyer just niggling along on Hardy Eustace. Brave Inca is between Hardy Eustace, Detroit City on the far side, jumping the next. Great jump from Brave Inca there. In fourth place is Ictataf, then Straw Bear. Kawajino runs on a bit from Afsoun and Sublimity travelling kindly as they reach the top of the hill, and Hardy Eustace and Brave Inca, the two great Irish hurdlers. Detroit City's definitely in trouble. He's under the whip now. Ictataf, meanwhile, moves quite well into third place. They're followed by Kawajino, Afsoun, Sublimity. Straw Bear's well out of it at this stage. And then Asian Maze down towards the third last. Hardy Eustace and Brave Inca crossing swords again. Ictataf is in their tail. Straw Bear pulling up. They jump, and Ictataf is down there. Ictataf is a faller at the third last. We're going pretty well. Hardy Eustace from Brave Inca, but look at Sublimity on their tail now in third place, and his rider Philip Carberry looking around for dangers. Detroit City's well beaten off, going to the second last, and it's Brave Inca and Hardy Eustace. Brave Inca on the left, Hardy Eustace on the right. Sublimity is still on the bridle in third place. Meanwhile, Afsoun is running on under pressure as they turn for home, and it's Hardy Eustace and Brave Inca. Now Sublimity is pulled wide for a challenge, followed by Afsoun. The final flight coming up. Brave Inca joined by Sublimity. Then Hardy Eustace starting up the hill. Is Sublimity on the near side of Brave Inca. Hardy Eustace back in third and Afsoun in fourth. And it's Sublimity who begins to kick on now 3 or 4 lengths to Brave Inca and Hardy Eustace, the vanquished champions, and a new champion. It is Sublimity who beats Brave Inca. Afsoun may have grabbed third off Hardy Eustace. That was tight. A gap to Kawajino, the bitterly disappointing Detroit City, and Asian Maze. Straw Bear was pulled up. Marble Garden might have completed, but he's tailed off. Iktitaf, the horse that fell when going well 3 out, is galloping up the running and seems okay. Sublimity at 16-1 has won the Smurfit Kappa Champion Hurdle in the hands of Philip Carberry for trainer John Carr. This horse, a son of Selkirk, who had some very smart form on the flat in his younger days when trained by Sir Michael Stout. A lot of water has run under the bridge since then. There is the Sublimity fan club. It's the second winner of the afternoon for Ireland here. Celebrations, unexpected celebrations, surely. His last win against very moderate opposition, but he's always a horse that's had plenty of ability, and he showed it all in spades here at Cheltenham this afternoon. Leslie Graham with Philip Carberry.
Carberry, a name that we know so well here at Cheltenham, but another first win on the board. This time it's Philip. Well done. Where did that come from?
Thank you. Oh. I was getting so excited before the race because, and I found out before the race, I said the only reason I'm getting excited because I think he'll actually win. You know, so if he was one that only have a chance, that would have been all right, but he's just a very, very good horse. Best horse I've ever ridden and probably ever will do. He's just class. He's better over hurdles than he was on the flat. I just have to give him top marks, you know.
Well, a few people must have known because he'd been backed in from long odds. There was a bit of money for him. It's still a long price for a champion hurdle winner, but you beat some really good horses there.
In fairness to him, he hasn't showed the evidence of winning a champion hurdle on the track, but at home, we just get him surprise every time you work him because he is actually that good, you know. So it's just been a dream to ride him all the time he has. Thanks to Rob Hennessy and John Kerr for letting me keep the ride on him, and it's a great team. John had him in top perfect order for the race, and Rob the owner, son of Bill, he rides him out twice a week, so he deserves a lot of credit as well.
Well, and a great ride from you too. Enjoy it.
Thanks, it was easy.
Well, I've got Sublimity's owner with me, Mr. Hennessy. So many congratulations. Can you believe it?
I'm speechless. I'm going to pinch myself to make sure it's real and it's not a dream.
You own the champion hurdler.
Yeah, well, what a dream. Fantastic. I just speechless.
Tell us his story. How did you come by him?
We've been buying the odd horse at the sales. My son Robert here goes over to Tattersalls, and we like to buy decent horses off the flat. And this one was with Michael Stout. He had won a listed race. Thanks very much from Michael Stout. And he won a listed race on the flat for us as well. And we knew he was a serious horse, but we didn't quite know how serious.
There's been money for him though. Did you back him?
No, I don't need to back him.
These lads clearly did. Listen, well done.
They did. Thanks very much indeed.
Sublimity, a market mover about 10 days ago from Double Carpet, 33-1. Was 16 and 14 generally this morning. Hills knew they only went 12-1. Return 100-6, 16-1. Sixth choice of the punters. That's Sublimity. The runner-up was Brave Inca at 11-2, with Afsoun third at 28-1. You won't get paid in the fourth. Hardy Eustace at 3-1, or of course Detroit City, the disappointing 6-4 favourite. And this Sublimity was fourth to Noland and Straw Bear in the Supreme Novices a year ago. It's really stepped up from that to win at 16-1 for the bookmakers. And female on the exchanges, it was absolutely cantering behind Brave Inca and Hardy Eustace coming into the straight. What were they saying on the exchanges?
Well, their concentration really was from early doors on Detroit City, which drifted out immediately as soon as they saw it was scrubbed along. That drifted out to around 4-1. Other than that, all I can tell you at the moment that Juvenile has gone for this next race straight into 6-1 favourite for this William Hill Trophy. Juvenile 6-1, but Sublimity, a screaming result for those boys that are layers on the exchanges, having taken on Detroit City.
And Sublimity's 8-1 top price with Brett Fred to retain his title next year. Many bookmakers only going 5-1. Sublimity to come back and do it again.
Well, whatever happens, this horse has been given a fine ride. Obviously been well trained too, but Philip Carberry, he must have been pinching himself. Never mind the owner coming down there. Couldn't believe quite how well he was going. And Ted, you picked him out from a long way out, just coming up the inside of Afsoun, Kawajino, Detroit City, never going.
Cool as a breeze. Ikti Taff was travelling well here with the yellow sleeves. He departs here. He's travelling well. But Philip slips up the inside. Ikti Taff dives and pays the penalty there. He was travelling well. But Philip Carberry takes a pull here. He doesn't want to go between Ruby and Connor. He's quite happy to let them lead him down over the second last. And he's given this horse a wonderful ride. His father Tommy won 4 Gold Cups in every other race bar the Champion Hurl. Paul has ridden 5 or 6 winners here. But Philip has given this horse a classic ride. Just watch him. He's still tracking those boys into the straight. Doesn't panic. A long ways up there. We credit the top lads with patience to wait. But just look at this man. The Champion Hurl is in front of you there. And he's still sitting on the outside of Conor Dwyer and Ruby Walsh. And when he goes from to the last, he wings it. And it's all over. Afsoun runs on well. O'Lardy Eustace has no more to give. Brave Inca missed the last a little bit, but no question, this horse has gone up the hill. Bill Hennessy, who has a big hearing aid business in Ireland called Vonnie Vox, owns him. Rob, who used to ride a bit as an apprentice on the flat, helps John Carr to train him, and John just trains outside Maynooth. He's a dairy farmer who trains horses as well, and what a great success for the Carberry family and everybody concerned.
Looked a different horse as well this year, Ted.
Yeah, likely race, just the one run at Navan. There's Bill on the right of her picture. We saw Alice speak to him. Rob is in there as well, with his back to you there, jumping around. What a great success. So they would have had a few quid on this horse at big prices. A few more Rob's, Bill's sons there as well. They have a couple of public houses in Dublin as well. And wouldn't be short of a pound now. But they're great people and wonderful people to have such a big winner.
Yeah, fantastic triumph for John Carr, and didn't this horse win it? He was travelling like the wrath of God from 3 out. Ikti Taff was going okay as well, but those up front, they were struggling, and this one in his wake, Sublimity, they backed him at long prices, and that money was not only informed, it was inspired. He's going to get a great call as he makes his way up these hallowed steps towards the winner's enclosure at Cheltenham. A great triumph for Philip Carberry as well. Let's hear the reception.